In order to set up your camera for a regular portrait, what I would recommend using is just like any other picture, or about any other picture, I would recommend using the program mode. And I know that there is a portrait mode in the camera, but I like the program mode because the portrait mode does limit you with a few settings that I do like having control over. So, let's turn the camera on and I'll show you what I mean. First, let's press the function button to access the function menu. And at the top, you see I have control over my ISO, and this is very good because it depends on the lighting situation. I may need to increase that to 400 if it's a very, very low light restaurant, for example, or down to 50 if it's a nice bright day outside and I'm taking a picture of someone outdoors. This is something that the portrait mode does not give you control over. So I'm going to assume this is a nice broad daylight, and I'm just going to use my left navigation button to go back down to 50. Let's go down to white balance. My white balance is currently set to daylight, and that's great because I'm assuming we are taking a picture outdoors. However, if you are indoors or if your lighting condition is different, then just use the right or left navigation buttons to scroll around in order to see what results in the best color with that lighting condition. So I'm going to go to daylight, continue going down. The drive mode is set up just fine. I don't want any kind of effect. Now here is my flash compensation, and I do intend on using the flash, and it depends on how far away my subject is. I may want to increase this if the subject is far away, or decrease it if the subject is close by. The reason is because if my subject is far away and I want to get rid of any kind of shadow cast from the sun, then I may need to increase the power of the flash. However, if the subject is close, I don't want the flash to be overpowering and make my subject look very pale and one-dimensional. So just use the left or right navigation buttons again to move the little green dash at the bottom to indicate what flash power level you are interested in. Let's go down one more to our metering mode. Now by default, the metering mode is set to evaluative. This is okay, and if you forget about it, that's fine. However, if you do want something a little different, since this is a portrait, and what's most important in a portrait is the person's face, I like to use either center weighted average or even spot sometimes. And this again is something that is not available when you're using the portrait mode. So just press the right navigation button to get to center weighted average or spot meter. I'm just going to go ahead and use spot meter to show you what that's like. And now I'll just press the function button to escape the function menu. Now because I chose spot, you can see inside my focusing square are two little brackets, and that is exactly where the camera is going to look when it judges the exposure for the picture. So that's fine. I don't need to do anything. I'm just making you aware of that. Lastly, the flash. Press the up navigation button. This is also the flash button to scroll through the different flash options. And you want the flash on if you're going to use the flash, or the flash off if you want to avoid using the flash. I generally don't use the auto flash because I don't want to guess what the camera is going to do. I want to either tell the camera to use the flash or not to use the flash. So in this case, I want to use the flash because I want to eliminate shadows in the person's face. So I'm going to choose to turn the flash on. Finally, press the shutter button halfway first, and this is true for just about any picture. Go ahead and focus on your subject. I usually focus on the eyes. Focus on your subject like that. I just press the button halfway. Keep the button held halfway, and then slowly recompose. Adjust the image like that, because I don't necessarily want the eyes in the center of the frame. So once the picture is recomposed, I can then press the shutter button the rest of the way to take the picture.